And this is the point, is that you are not wrestling against your flesh. Listen, you have an old nature, and that old nature, God did not fix your old nature, He killed it. God did not repair you, He killed you. Now, I taught you this not too long ago, 47 times in chapter 5, 6, and 7 of Romans. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, 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 dead. And that's only 15. We got 47 of those. You are dead. God did not fix your old man. He killed him. He's not trying to restore your old man. He killed him and He made you a new man. He tore down the old house and He made you a new one. Well, we had problems with our electricity in our old house and the roof leaked. You don't have that house anymore. God plowed it over and built a new one. He said, all things have become new. Well, I'm wrestling against my flesh. No, you're wrestling against somebody who wants to make you think it's you, so you have no antidote. Because the person who's wrestling with you has no power over you unless you give it to him. Listen, let me tell you something. The battleground is in the mind. Let me start over. The battleground is in the mind. The battle is not the mind. The battle is not thoughts, but the battle is manifested thoughts. Do you see the difference? The battle is not thoughts, but the way that you perceive the battle, the way you know you're in a battle, is that you're having bad thoughts. The thoughts are not the battle. The thoughts are the weapons that are used against you. The battle is the spirit realm in conflict with the spirit realm in you. Why? Because the Christ is trying to emerge. There's been a baby. There's a baby about to be born. You know that. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Paul said, I'm going to preach until Christ is what? Formed in you. Peter said, 1 Peter 1:13, therefore prepare your mind for action. How many of you know that there are times when you have to keep your armor on all the time? Like in the book of Nehemiah, they slept with their sword and their spear. They kept all their armor on, even at night. They slept with it. How many of you know there are evil days when you can't entertain any thoughts? There are times when you can't watch television or whatever your deal is. There are times when you can't be in certain places. You can't do what you normally do because it's just screaming in your ear. You're going to die. This is going to happen. You're going to molest someone. You're going to kill somebody. You're going to do something crazy. You're going to wreck your car. And you just got to stay focused. You got to gird your mind for action. You got to keep your helmet on. Even in times when you can normally rest, you keep your focus. You know, I'm not listening to you. You are alive in spirit, and I'm going to push through this thing and get my inheritance. I want to read you what I wrote a couple nights ago. Spiritual conflicts most often occur when we advance into new territory that's inhabited by evil spirits. I just got to stop right now. You know, one of my biggest frustrations with the church, and I love the church, but I'm continually shocked at how unspiritual the people who are supposed to understand the spirit world are. I am shocked by how much Christians who were born into the Spirit, born by the Spirit, don't even understand that there is a battle. They relegate everything to the flesh, to the mind. They're trying to counsel themselves out of something they need to kill. Not them, the Spirit. We were born to destroy. This is your mission. Destroy the works of the devil. How do I know when I get close to one? He starts yelling at me. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to kill you. That's what I was born to do. I was born to destroy the works of the devil. And if you come to my house, I'm going to destroy you. This is the perfect scheme. He gives you the thought, but listen, you're not spiritually minded, so you don't even know it isn't your thought. So you go, oh man, how could I think this? And he goes, yeah, you're evil. Look, you're going to church, you're calling yourself a leader, you're calling yourself a Christian, you're calling yourself this, and you're thinking about women. You're sexualizing women. That's what you're doing. Yeah, you're thinking about molesting your kids. You're thinking about killing somebody, and you call yourself a Christian. Look at what happens. He's called the accuser of the brethren for a reason. And what happens? He destroys your confidence, which takes away your ability to use the weapons that you have that are more powerful than his. He knows that if you raise the sword, he's dead. So what's he do? Convince you don't have the strength to do it. I want to tell you something, that most often the battle happens when you enter into territory that is your territory, it's your promised land, but you've never inhabited it. And then one day you say, you know, I think I have this talent. I think I'd like to do this. I think I'd like to preach. I think I'd like to pray for the sick. I think I'd like to take up art. I think I'd like to whatever. I think I'd like to go to work here. I really have a passion for this. And suddenly you realize that evil spirits have been keeping you out of that land forever. And when you made just almost a casual decision, you entered into this huge conflict. And you're like, what the heck is that? And it's like your territory that was inhabited by somebody who you were supposed to kick out. See, the battle almost always happens when you decide to take territory that was always yours, but you never inhabited. We've been teaching for years, I've been teaching for years something that's not accurate, I just realized it. Darkness is not the absence of light. Even in science, they found out that light is actually light waves. Like when they shoot a beam of light from here to the moon, what they figured out is that the light doesn't go in a straight line. You know why? Because they figured out that darkness is a substance and it resists the light. That's why it waves. I want to tell you something. In the natural, darkness is not the absence of light, and in the spirit, darkness is not the absence of light, it's the presence of evil. Let me say it again. Darkness is not the absence of light, it's the presence of evil. It is a substance, and when you start to move into darkness, you'll find out that it doesn't go away just because you turn the light on. It wants to resist you. That's why it's called a struggle and not a cakewalk. All he's trying to do is scare you. He's trying to scare you into stopping your pursuit of your promised land. All he's trying to do is scare you into stopping your pursuit of the promised land.